I know it's been a few months now, but
it's been great. I mean, I'm really fortunate where my family's actually from Mass, and my wife Maria, her family's from Madison, Connecticut, so it happened to work out that way. But it's been great. I mean, this place is awesome. Coach Moore does an outstanding job, and his players are great to work with every day.
Being able to learn from a guy with his experience that he's had, what's that do for you as a coach?
Well, that's a big reason why this opportunity was so important to me, and it was certainly one that I wanted to take on, just to be around him, and that was honestly what sold me. It started with him when I got that call after our last game. It was really hard to leave the University of Maine. I mean, I'd been the head coach there and been there, but I felt like it was a great opportunity, and a lot of that has to do with Coach. You know, he tells a lot of stories, and he sits in our quarterbacks meetings, and I tend to just listen when he talks, and he's been outstanding about that.
You mentioned obviously head coach experience. How has that helped you as an offensive coordinator? You think coming down to back to this level?
I mean, I heard this from someone I worked for a long time ago. You should always try to be the head coach of whatever your position is. So, when I was a grad assistant, I tried to be the head coach of the scout team, and then as you go, obviously that's what you want to do. I became a head coach, and I want to be the head coach of the offense. So ultimately, it's my job to get them ready, and I feel like we're moving in the right direction right now.
How would you describe your style? A lot of the guys have already said, we're going to look like the Rams, and we want to approach games that way with that confidence. And then how would you describe your style?
I think schematically, that's where we try to be at. We believe in a lot of the same principles. It's a lot of the same language. So for me, that's something we really believe in. But in terms of style, I mean, we want to bring a lot of energy, and these guys should have fun. This should be the best part of their game. Yeah. So to me, they've been through a lot, and so it's our job to make sure that we're moving them in the right direction, motivating them, and they should enjoy being in the field every day. And that's how you get better. We're gonna have to win games in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? And we didn't come down here for a rebuild. That's not why we're here. It's not why Coach is here. It's not why I'm here. And I know these players, they don't want to talk about rebuilding. We want to win right now, so that's why we're out here every day.
I'm sorry if you were asked earlier, Coach, how do you kind of play to Nate's strengths in this offense?
Well, he can do a lot of things, and obviously we're installing our base offense, so I'd love to throw it all in right now, but we've got to progress because we're really just teachers, so ultimately it's whatever they know. Nate's done a really good job. He's stepped up. He's played multiple roles for us. We're doing a lot of two-back stuff right now, and then in our 11 personnel one-back stuff, he's obviously getting the ball a lot. He's doing a lot of great things with the ball. We just got to keep progressing him. He has some pretty natural pass catching skills as well. We do a lot with those guys out of the backfield. We did it a lot at Maine. We're going to continue to do it here. So more skills you have, the more value you have, it's hard to take you off the field.
What did you see in the film that you watched with him that kind of jumped out at you?
I mean, the first thing, I forget which game, but he was really banged up. It might have been the Yale game. And I noticed that he was just powering through it, and it was pretty evident on film that he was pretty banged up, but was just pushing through it. So he's obviously got toughness. He's young. We knew him. We recruited him a little bit when I was at Maine, so we were familiar with him. We recruited his area. So to me, there's plenty of things on tape that are very evident, and now they're starting to show up. I love working with him too, though. He's our type of guy. He is what a UConn football player should be. He's tough. He's physical. He's about it. He's here every day. He's in class. He does the right things. It's like a joy to work with somebody like him.
What did you learn about him when you were recruiting him?
I mean, kind of the same things, honestly. He's a real yes or no sir kind of guy. And that's not the end all be all, but at the end of the day, he's somebody you want to coach. And that's, obviously there's gifts there. He has talent, but at the end of the day, we need players that are about our culture. We need great players. You can't win with bad players. Right. But he is a great player that's also a great person.
I'm sorry.
Only 15 practices this spring. What are the main goals you have with the offense?
It's obviously schematically installing the offense. That's the biggest thing. We got to make sure we get as much in as possible. But it's getting confidence and gaining that through the reps. So we're trying to get a lot of reps. These guys, we really want to keep moving the culture to where we know it needs to be. So it's very competitive. It's winner loser every single day. Like you saw right down here, 2-point conversions. We were this close to winning it, but unfortunately, this close doesn't matter. But they're learning that, and naturally, I think they're growing from those experiences. I mean, we're moving forward so fast. We want to get as much reps as we possibly can. At the same time, they need to be as confident as possible. Install is great, and whatever I like is great. At the end of the day, it's about them and what they do.
What are you looking for in a quarterback? I would say you mentioned the 2-point play. I saw you correcting some things with Taekwon. Maybe look to the right a little bit.
Well, he's very coachable. I mean, on that specific one, when I was talking to him, that was something that we saw in film a bunch. He tried to make the throw, we missed it, but his idea and the thought there is ultimately what I want to see, because the execution always comes. games. He's somebody who corrects mistakes after he makes them. And our biggest thing is don't make the same mistake twice. So I have a funny feeling that won't happen. Obviously, we had a shot there in the end zone there with Nigel. But like, those are individual plays. Those are physical errors. We're in the right place. We're doing the right thing. We have to build that confidence and be able to see the field. For him or for any quarterback, it's all about reps and ultimately leadership. It has to be pretty organic, but you got to cultivate it too. And we're pushing those guys in that direction because they got to run the show, and that's what we need.
What did to explain it for the non-football guy? What is the Rams' philosophy that you're trying to implement? How does it play in here?
Well, it starts to run the football. You got to be able to do that. That's a big part of it. But a lot of it is running base concepts with a lot of like window dressing and misdirection. But we have a lot of motion movements that we do, but we're running our base top concepts that the players know really well. So we're into like a lot of the jet stuff. We still have under center and gun. Obviously, we do both. We try to be very multiple. Like we call ourselves the hybrid. Because we're a pro spread. And that's really what they are. They kind of embody both of those schemes. And I think that's good because it puts defenses in a bind. It's really hard to practice both things, and if we get good at the things that we do well, it's really hard to stop. So there's a lot of moving parts to it. That's really probably, I guess, the best like layman's term way to put it. But it starts with running the football, being explosive and efficient in the pass game. You can put in any system you want, but it's about moving the ball and scoring points. So it's just about teaching them that. But that kind of explains it.
So it's a small number of base plays with a
lot going on. Because to us, like, we can put in a lot, and we're putting in a lot intentionally right now because we need to get these things in. Otherwise, when are you putting it in? It's going to be training camp over the summer, those type of things. So for us, we're trying to get as much in as we can, but also making them feel confident. Today, at the end there, we were very close, but I started feeling our operation kind of move forward. We've done a good job, like in the 2-minute right there, we were able to execute. We didn't get the 2-point conversion, but they're moving the football. So you're seeing a lot of progress. It's just we got to get over that hurdle there, break through that wall.
I'm sure it's true at a lot of positions, but how do you coach knowing that the quarterback might be someone who comes in the summer or might be someone who comes in later? And how do you go from spring and the offseason that?
Well, you treat it like right now. I mean, those are the guys that are here, and so naturally we're looking to progress them as fast as possible, regardless of who's coming or who isn't. I mean, at Division I college football now, you're going to have a lot of people coming and going. It is what it is, especially in year one in a new program. So, for us, it's really just about developing those guys, making sure they're confident, and then getting them better every day. So there's going to be obviously a couple guys coming in, and we meet with them. I meet with them. Obviously, one of them was here, and then we're going to be able to communicate with, especially when we go on the road and spring ball's over with. I'll Zoom with them a lot and get them ready, but they'll be all here in June, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference. They're going to have to catch up, but at the same time, that's part of college football.
Are you anxious to see Tyler back doing full stuff? I know he's participating, obviously. But
we actually just had the conversation. He might start doing 7-on-7 here, hopefully by the end of it, which is ideal.
That's cool.
Today was really the first day he opened up and started throwing the ball hard and to actually taking his drops and things like that, and kind of like tempoing everything down. I've watched Tyler. I mean, we recruited him there, and it was pretty clear that he was going to be an FBS player. So there's a lot to work with there, and Tyler's a great young man. I'm excited to get to work with him. He's not a transfer, but we haven't had a chance to work with him. He's kind of like Chase Long, he's been out. So for us, when they come back, it gives him more of an opportunity. For him, it's all mental reps right now.
Last one for me. What's the biggest thing that surprised you about UConn, whether it's the facilities, anything on the team?
Facilities are facilities, and naturally, these facilities are unbelievable. I'd be hard-pressed to find better ones in the country. Oddly enough, I'd actually never been here in this building, which is odd, I know that, but I was surprised at how high-end and elite everything is here on this campus. It's a top 20 public university. This building and these facilities, these resources that we have, you can see it with our support staff that we have. We have everything we need to win here, and we talk a lot of people want to have conversations about where we were as a program, where we were. We want to talk about where we're going to be and what we should be. When you walk into this building, it's pretty clear what this place should be, and that's obviously our job. So I don't want to say it was a surprise, but naturally when I walked in, I was like, all right, we can do this thing, and that's naturally started with Coach Moore's vision, and that's ultimately why myself and my family are down here.
Was that before an interview, or after you already took the job that you walked in here?
It was after. So I talked to Coach. It was really after our last game, and started to have conversations, and really kind of talked about a lot of different things over time, and obviously took the job and felt like it was a really good opportunity that way, and then also happened to come into this building and feel pretty good about it, so that was nice.